Guys are together here. Okay? Any questions on that? So take a nice deep swing. You guys got to kind of make sure we're coordinated.
UMass Lowell Hockey Riverhawks with 2 games at home this weekend. University of Maine Black Bears come to town. Games both Friday and Saturday nights. Joining us is head coach MacDonald, and obviously an important weekend for this hockey club against one of the nation's better offensive teams.
Yeah, I mean, it's nice to have 2 home games at our disposal coming up against, a tremendous program and a tremendous team with arguably one of the best players in the entire country, in Gustav Nyquist. It'll present some really challenging moments for us, I'm sure, and gives us a great opportunity to, you play well in a couple of these games, you never know what's going to happen, and if you could ever get a win or two, things can really take off. So I'm excited to see how we respond to a real good opponent in Maine.
I was going to say, in the University of Maine, to some extent for UMass Lowell, is a little bit personal in that this is a team that in recent seasons has ended some of our seasons. And that we want to send them a message that, hey, we can cause damage to your season too.
Yeah, I mean, they're we've played a lot of games up at Maine, and that's a tough place to win. They certainly we're an overtime goal last year away from making the NCAA tournament, getting to the Boston Garden, and who knows what we could do. But they scored a goal with less than 5 minutes left to tie us, and then beat us in overtime, and that was that one goal was damaging in a big way to our team last year. So, but they're awfully good, and they return a lot of the same players from last year's team that beat us, and we obviously lost about 12 players off of that team, including 2 good goaltenders. So it's a different lineup for us, a lot of new faces for us. We played them October 8th early in the season, and they certainly had their way with us then. So, I think we're a different team at this point, and probably they're a different team as well.
How you feeling? Do you feel as though you're close to being ready to return to the ice?
I think I've been getting better. It's been going in the right direction. Definitely a lot closer than I have been in a while, and I've been feeling, a lot better. Probably the best I've been feeling since October. So it's been positive.
And we talked about this a little bit on the radio. This weekend, University of Maine in town. Is it about them? Is it about us? What's this weekend about?
This weekend's all about us. I mean, it's been a difficult season so far, and we've come to the point where we can't worry about what every other team's doing. We got to take care of our own business, and that's basically it.
Are we capable of playing some terrific hockey over the final 3 regular season weekends?
We are. We're going to have to. I mean, like I said, it's been a tough year, and a lot of one-goal losses and losses from self-inflicted wounds and turnovers and just mental errors. This team does have the capability to play, and I'm confident that these next couple of weeks we'll hopefully be able to perform on the ice.
This is again quoting the radio interview. So the thing I notice about you over the years that I've known you, you want to have an impact on the outcome. Has for you the most frustrating thing this year about not playing is that you can't, when you don't play, you can't affect the outcome?
Yeah, I mean, it's frustrating for every player, whether that's injured or just a healthy scratch. Anybody that can't play in a competitive sport, gets pretty fired up and frustrated. But me, definitely, it's been tough sitting up and having to watch. I want to be in the lineup, and I want to be able to help the direction of this team, and from that standpoint, it has been frustrating.
Yes, finally, and I probably should have mentioned this in recent weeks because it's been obvious in the second half of the season. As much as we've struggled to get wins, and we've played well in the second half, this team has drawn terrifically well at the gate. I think for the Northeastern game, just under 5,000. If we look back, over 6,000, I think, for BC, 5,000 for UMass Amherst. Fans, we've continued to see support for this team and for this program from the public.
Yeah, and that's terrific. I think they see a team that's young. I think, people that are around this team and not ignorant to this team understand that, hey, this is a rebuilding year. You know, we've got 2 freshman goaltenders, a lot of new players, a couple of sophomores that really didn't play that much. But, you know, we're going to give everything we have, you know, and we've overcome a lot of adversity with, you know, Scott Campbell in particular, a lot of leaders being down with injuries. But this team's fought really hard, and particularly in the second half here. We've really, I thought, played well. And a lot of those games, whether it was BC or BU, were right in the balance, could have easily gone either way. UMass game here, you know, I mean, we started the game tremendously. So you can look back at a lot of examples where this team shows some real promise, you know, towards the end of the season here and going into next year. And I think the fans see that, and I think they understand, you know, you don't lose the amount of quality and quantity of guys that we had in our program last year and just kind of respawn. This is not the NFL where you just sign some free agents and Woodhead's available and let's sign them. I mean, you got to develop your players a little bit. And, you know, we've averaged 18 wins over the last 3 seasons, and that's pretty good.
All right, Blaze, let's have a good weekend. I thank you for your time.
Okay, thanks, Bob.
That's head coach Blaze MacDonald. Again, the Riverhawks and the Black Bears at the University of Maine twice this weekend, Friday and Saturday nights. Friday night at 7, Saturday night at 7:30.